Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye socket. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, first off, hey Branko, how about you shut the fuck up, dude? Straight up, dude. This is not the fucking place for your fucking bullshit right now. If you don't fucking like it, get the fuck out, or I'll ban your ass. This is not the time and fucking place, and I'm in no shape or fucking mood to deal with your fucking bullshit that you're putting in the fucking comments. So you can step the fuck out. And fuck you too. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Matter of fact, fuck this shit, man. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Matter of fact, I'm fucking, your ass is out. Your fucking ass is out. Just get the, dude. No, his ass is getting booted right fucking now. I'm gonna put your ass in fucking timeout. There we go. Don't fucking play that bullshit with me, dude. This is not the fucking time or the fucking place or the fucking whatever. Here I'm thinking, man, I was like, you know what? I don't know how the fuck. What am I going to do tonight to fucking talk about and commemorate the 22nd anniversary, but to see your fucking ass put their shit. Here's the shit that fucking pisses me off about the anniversary of 9/11. Not one single moment is there anybody going to not use this as an opportunity to put their January 6th bullshit, their fucking Mossad bullshit, their truther bullshit, and all this fucking what happened at fucking Building 7, yada yada. Shut the fuck up. I don't care if fucking Facebook bans me, Twitter bans me, YouTube bans me. You could suck a fucking dick. That is so fucking disrespectful to do this shit, especially tonight. So yes, I just made a fucking example for your ass, and your ass is banned from the fucking stream. That's your one strike. Missed me with that fucking bullshit. I'm about ready to go fucking Latino on your fucking ass. Jesus fucking Christ, there's only a couple people that have seen me angry. I will fuck you up. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck, dude. I just like, bro. Anyways. Yeah, you're gone for the fucking stream, Branko. See ya. This is fucking unreal, dude. So, welcome to WTF Nation Radio's fucking the Monday edition on this anniversary of 9/11. I'm already fucking pissed off anyways. I'm already fucking in a bad mood. Yeah, everyone's like, no violence on the guy. I'm just fucking banning him from the fucking stream. The fucking First Amendment allows idiots to be fucking idiots online, but I will fucking control your ass. Broadcasting live on this September 11th, 2023, in the year of our dumpster fire. Yeah, all day today, man. All day. I was like legit fucking going through and like, what am I going to do tonight? How am I going to talk about it? Do I play videos? Do I play whatever? Do I post things? Man, I'm not even going to fucking do that, dude. It's like fucked up. Why would I want to fucking do that? And you know, every year US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio has posted, you know, the commemoration and stuff. And I'll be honest, for some reason this year it just seemed like it's just extra this year, man. It's just extra. You know, the reason why I'm mad is I kind of lost a friend overnight last night, and I tagged him on Twitter, his account, Reverend Ducati. And at 9:00 we're all gonna take a toast. I got my drink ready. I got my Asbach Uralt here, and I got my tumbler here. So we're gonna do a shot. We're gonna do a toast. So if you guys want to call in. You guys want to call in and shoot the shit and tell me about your experiences during that day? You know, you want to talk about, hey, you know, this is what I was doing. Give me a call, 415-889-8367, and we can shoot the shit and talk about just you know, what were you doing? What were you there when, you know, when the towers fell and everything back? Again, to me, it's conflicting. It's you just, how do you call in? You just pick up the phone and dial in 415-889-8367. That's it. Just pick up your phone. I'll answer the phone. The lines are up. Man, fucking that was not, yeah, it's right here in the screen, scrolling down below. That was not the way I wanted to fucking start the fucking show off. But everybody knows that once I get started like that, then whatever, it fucking just threw me off. Yeah, phone, give a call. The phone lines are up, 415-889-8367, and I'll answer it up. Shoot the shit. Tell me about your experiences. What happened? Where were you at when the towers were hit? What were you doing? What was going on? How did it affect you? Now that we're at 22 years later, how did it affect you when it came to the war? When it came to the, you know, Afghanistan, Iraq, and all the other Infinity War shit that we went through? Mixed feelings from everybody, to include myself. Stand down. I'm cool. Yeah, you know, yeah, you could use your cell phone. You could use your cell phone to call. Use your landline. Do we even have landlines anymore? 415-889-8367, and I'll dial it up and shoot the shit with you guys and talk about, again, what your feelings were and all that. Sorry, my apologies for starting off like that. That was legit a way to fucking to ooh, doggy. Maybe I should start drinking now. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of discussions. There's a lot of just mixed feelings, man. Just to kind of like, hang on, some people like fucking, not my phone, the phone, the station phone. That's the, you know, WTF Nation Radio. That 415-889-8367. Don't call my phone, call the station phone so we all can hear you. Oh, man.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? WTF Nation Radio, you're on there. What's up, man?
Oh, yeah, no. Me, I'm too young to, like, actually say, you know, because I was in my mama's womb by 9/11, but I just want to call up in, talk, shoot the shit, you know?
You can shoot the shit. So tell me, well, you weren't even born during 9/11? God damn, like, make me feel old, dude.
Yeah, I'm 19.
Holy shit. So, what did your parents talk to you about when it came to that day? What was your parents? What did they tell you what happened? I mean,
So-
you obviously asked. So,
Yeah, so, like, my dad was, like, he was, like, kind of like, oh, fuck, and it was around the time that my grandpa had died, which was basically his dad. It was my great-grandfather, because he was raised by his grandparents. So around that time, he died, and then he was already, like, kind of, like, pressed about that shit, and then that shit happened, and he was like, fuck. You know.
Yeah. Would they?
I believe.
Go ahead.
Or I believe my dad was like 21 at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom, she was about like 14.
Wait, did you just say 14?
Yeah. So like, yeah, my dad was 23 and my mom was 16 when she had me. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm not going to get into that topic, but I mean, did you have any family members that served?
Just my great grandfather. He served in World War II. He had a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star.
And what's your feeling? What have your parents said to you about the sentiment from 9/11 when it happened to now? What's the feeling that you get? The I guess you would say the pulse of the country.
Feeling is like the feeling I get is kind of like it just seemed like very like disrespectful for all the veterans who worked hard to like stop the wars at the very time, you know, like Vietnam, World War II, and shit like that, and then here comes this dumbass shit happening, and we're like we have to go back to war, and you know it just felt like it was disrespectful to them at that time.
So did your family at all feel like it was like good payback to go to when we started doing some shit, or?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, because they're like, you know, how the fuck are you gonna do this to us? We ain't even done shit to you, but since you guys are all fucking sentimental as fuck and being little bitches, you know, type shit, you know, like that.
No, I hear you. No, it's tough because a lot of individuals, like you were saying, we just came. I mean, we really didn't have much of any war going on. I mean, we had just a couple of deployment stuff and all that. So aside from Somalia,
nothing too major, you know.
Yeah. Nothing big enough to where. Now, did you think while you were growing up that it was going to be your time to fight?
Yeah, and I'm currently serving now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm in artillery. I'm field artillery. So.
Whoa, man, that's what I'm talking about. You're a red leg then, huh?
Yeah, red leg. Yeah.
You don't have to.
Hell yeah.
You don't have to tell us where you're stationed, but you like the gig. You like it. You like.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love all my freaking NCOs. You know, like we have like a really good, really good like management, I guess you could say.
Right.
Like everybody higher up it's good leadership, I should say.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good leadership. You know, I might be just a private right now, but everybody was telling me like, hey, your first duty station is gonna be ass. The only thing that's about my duty station that's ass is that it's pretty much like kind of like in the middle of nowhere. You're far from everything to go do shit. You know, everything's like 2 hours away, whatnot.
That's the army. That's the army in general, though, man. That's the army in general is it's almost like when the Air Force and the Navy were asked, hey, where do you want to put your post? And everyone was like, oh, I want this post, and I want this post, and I want that post. And then the army is like, where do you want this? Where do you want your post? And then the army goes, I want it at this stupid place. I want it at this dump. I want it at this fucking swamp. I want it at this fucking.
I want all my soldiers to get fucked.
I want to put my soldiers in the most crappiest places on the fucking planet. Yeah. No, I hear you. No, but there's some good duty stations out there. I guess it's what you make of it, because you know the army has these installations in places for a fucking reason where you can't. I mean, what are you gonna do? Fucking bomb the beach or some shit? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Pull some lanyards. Am I speaking correctly? I want to make sure I'm not disrespecting.
No, they're called lanyards.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I'm launching my HIMARS and my lanyards into places that I know is gonna take a hit and not have any fucking drama. You know what I mean? So.
No, I get you. No, it's pretty fun. We're heading to NTC soon in October.
Okay.
I think it's like October 10th or whatnot.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, so you coming in, do you feel coming in to like, oh, fuck yeah, I want to get some too? Or do you feel like, okay, I'm glad that shit's over with so I can see what else is up?
No, fuck that. I love going into like the shit. I don't give a fuck how much we get fucked. I love this shit. Like
That's awesome.
I'll be laughing my ass off. You know, sometimes that's how I get fucked up. But you know, at the same time, like I'm just trying to have a good experience for myself because I'm like, you know, fuck that. Like we're gonna be op 4, so like we're gonna be playing the enemies in NTC, which is gonna be badass. But we also have to do tables 1 through 12 as well. So
Yeah, there you go.
We're trying to get fucked at the same time.
There you go. No, I hear you. No, that's the best way.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, dude, you got the whole career ahead of you, man. You got your whole career ahead of you.
Yeah.
You're about ready to go out and you know, go have fun playing op 4, and then of course, you're like legit brand new in the Army then, right?
Yeah, I'm not even a year in. My year mark is November.
Holy shit! Yeah, see, you're not even a year. So you missed all the stuff. I mean that we went through, that some of the older veterans went through.
Yeah. And at the same time, I wish I was there for that because I'm like, fuck, like I feel like we get shit on because, you know, it's us fucking Gen Z motherfuckers. And a lot of us, like, my unit told me when they went to fucking Poland and all that shit with Ukraine and Russia broke out, there's so many people calling their fucking families crying, saying, I just joined the Army to get fucking college and this and that. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, dude, well, like, look, it's the Army. What do you think military is? Are you dumb?
You are born again hard. That's what I'm talking about. Here's my thing.
Oh yeah, like what the hell?
Here's my thing, though.
I'm a real, yeah.
Here's my thing, man. Is that you don't hold it against other individuals that joined for different reasons that you did. Does that make sense? It's like
I understand that, but at the same time, like it's the military. Like, come on now.
Damn, you said you're Gen Z, right? Are you Gen Z for real?
Yeah, I'm Gen Z. I'm 19 years old.
Okay, all right,
like,
man.
And ain't no fucking way that they're saying like, oh yeah, I gotta go fight a war. No shit, it's the fucking military. Did you not like read our history? Like, have you not seen how the fuck this shit goes?
Hey, Private, I appreciate the call, man. You are like, I was pissed off when I first started the fucking stream, but now you got me cheered up. So that's what
Hell yeah, you know, I seen you was getting pissed off, and I was like, hey, I posted in the comments too, and I was like, I'll beat his ass.
So you just gotta take care of your NCO. Is that what you do? Is that what you're saying? You gotta.
Hell yeah, no, I'm there for mine.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Hell yeah.
Damn, bro. Well, I appreciate it. So what's your family think about you, sir, joining up during, you know, after of course the war in Afghanistan and Iraq?
Honestly, like some of them they didn't want me to go combat MOS. I said fuck that. I'm following in my great grandfather's footsteps. I mean, my great grandfather, he was infantry. Me, I'm artillery, but we're still a combat MOS. And I went to my recruiters and no shit. I told them this straight up. I told her, I was like, well, Sergeant, I want to kill people or blow shit up. I was like, what you got for me?
I don't know if you could say that on Facebook, but we'll try. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
You're good. You can cuss. You can cuss and everything. I don't know. You just saw. No. I'm just breaking balls because now people don't realize sometimes that joining the military, that is part of our work. That at the end, our mission is to win our wars, and our mission is on the other end of that boom. And you know this. And at the other end of that boom, once you pull that lanyard, you're sending rounds down range to maim and destroy our enemies. So,
and when I was in AIT watching the fucking 119er, 777, and the Paladin is what I'm on, and it's pretty badass.
That's awesome.
I love it. Like,
that's awesome.
Watching in AIT when every round was getting shot off in the air, and I was watching that shit soar through the air, and I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking the best feeling ever. Like hearing that, you can hear like that, like. It might just be a 1 Lima getting fired right now, but like I ain't never heard a boom like that in my life, just from a 1 Lima.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Dude, you
fucking, and I felt it in my heart, and I was like, damn, I want to do this shit forever.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I did. That's what I did, bro. I did it forever, man. They was like, dude, you're old. Get out. You can't. Yeah. You got. I always said.
Try to do 20 years, retire at 39. You know me. You know?
No, yeah, there you go. And then and then do your hustle. But be careful. I was the same way. I was like, I'll just do 20. Okay, a few more years. I'll just do this. I'll do 4 more years. Man, I'm 29 years in, bro. I had to punch out. I had to freaking.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that.
So it's like that time of, I mean, still that time goes by fast, bro. You will like,
Yeah. Yeah, I posted on one of your posts too. It was like about CST and shit. I was there for that. Like, them motherfucking workers are like, no work, no pay. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, we can do that?
that's awesome.
Well,
I mean,
sometimes
go ahead.
it's taking me a month to get paid.
Really?
You know? But I'm like, fuck it, man. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what,
I'm
man.
like, what
You're. I feel comfortable knowing that we still have soldiers out there that want to go out and get it, and do the Army mission, especially the artillery mission, man.
Like, yeah, I'm glad we got 11 Bravos in the artillery team now, because they got sent over here, and that's their secondary MOS basically. So they did all their shit, and we got some transferred to our unit.
Mm-hmm.
And well, oh my God, like these motherfuckers, we had like some kind of like victory day or whatever the fuck, and like they were just like, I've never seen infantrymen like, but no, those motherfuckers are ruthless. They did not give a fuck. They were roasting like old ass like majors, colonels, fucking sergeant majors, first sergeants. Like, they did not give a fuck. They're like, hey man, you can't stop all of us.
I hear you, man. They can't UCMJ all of us, right, brother? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Hey, I appreciate you. Go ahead. You got something to say? I was gonna say before, because I see some people calling.
I got one last thing to say. You know, I'm a real big follower of God. You know, so you know, I ain't trying to get religious on nobody, but the reason I joined is because like I'm gonna fight in war no matter what. That's what I did this shit for. And I feel like as long as I have faith in God, and it's going to be when he wants to take me. It's not when somebody's going to kill me or this and that. It's going to be when he wants to take me. And that's the way I keep living every day. Because one day we are going to go back to a war and shit's going to pop off and this and that. But, you know, it's going to be when he wants to take me.
A calling. Isn't it? Isn't it a calling?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's exactly that.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, big man. Appreciate your call. If your NCO's giving you any shit, which I doubt, if an NCO's giving you any shit, let me know. But I doubt it, because some of your NCOs are my fans. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I know. You know, I ain't going to say shit over the live.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You as well.
All right, take it easy. Oh, man. Yeah, that was refreshing. Oh, gosh, man. I was like, woof. We got more. Okay, yeah, keep calling. I saw a couple people dialing in. Go ahead and give a call, man. That's what's up. Let's see what's up with this. Let me see here. Let's see what's going on here. Let me get this other call here. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Okay. A little bit of the older crowd right now.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Just responding to your call for what were you doing that day?
Go for it. Well, what's going on, caller? What were you doing on that day?
I was on patrol, dispatch. I was a supervisor. Gave a call that I needed to come up to headquarters, and by the time I arrived, they were playing the replays of the first aircraft hitting the first tower. And, you know, we were spitballing as to what was going on. And having a Compo 2 guy for 24 years, National Guard, never had been on a deployment as far as overseas for, you know, any type of campaign. But it was just in the back of my head. And when we saw that second aircraft coming in, the bottom fell out of my stomach, because there's no doubt that it's an attack, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And, you know, that just surreal, couldn't comprehend. And then more started coming in about other aircraft, the Pentagon getting hit. You know, initially they thought there were 2 or 3 rogue aircraft, you know, and it really was probably 24, 36 hours later before they determined that, you know, all aircraft had been accounted for and they had some idea to what was going on.
Right.
And about 1 year after that, my guard unit got a soft alert, said we probably won't be going, but come January of 2003, we were mobilized to Fort Stewart, and after 1 full week of training, we were declared fit to go to Kuwait, and 2 weeks after that, were in fact in Kuwait. We did some of the base defense stuff there at Arifjan, and then they wanted a 12-man team to go forward with the TSC to establish operations at Toledo Air Base. And so we were eating the dust of third ID, going through the breach, and made it to Toledo. We thought that third ID was covering our ass. Okay. Oh, I must have said a dirty word or something.
You're good. You're good. You're
still
good.
with me?
Yep, I'm still with you. I'm listening. We're all listening intently, sir. Keep going.
Yeah. Up to Toledo, and we heard third ID running around in their tracks, and they said, go ahead, just get your kites out, rack out on the tarmac because there's UXOs all over the place. About 4 o'clock in the morning, we had a little bird come and try to land on us. So the SF guys didn't know we were there. That was rather exciting. And the probably the most entertaining aspect was when we got up in the morning, third ID handed off with us overnight, except we weren't aware of it.
Right.
We were all asleep on the tarmac. And there were about 400 loggies that if 2 guys with an AK had come out there, they could have probably wiped it all out. We didn't even have a OP out or anything.
Yeah. So you guys were doing that. You guys were doing what? That intrinsic action, right? Wasn't there like a rotation out there doing an event with third ID?
We were rotation 0, if you would.
Gotcha.
Third ID cleared it, and they kept on rolling. I think they went on up to Baghdad.
Okay,
but
so
essentially, and the first MEF was off to the east of us in An Nasiriyah.
Right.
It was like being Forrest Gump during that time because it was a 527 maintenance Patriot maintenance company that got hit on Route 8, and the SF guys were coming into my P. We were the only thing established and not moving around there at the time. And one of the SF guys was telling me there's a bunch of U.S. vehicles, trailer vehicles, blacked out that have been hit on Route 8. We didn't know at that time that it was a 527 that had been hit. And the night that they went and rescued Jessica Lynch from the hospital in An Nasiriyah, I was on guard duty on top of a ziggurat, these pyramid-shaped bunkers that they used. We built a bunker on top of it, a gun platform, so that we could do guard duty. We saw all the choppers and little birds. I mean, just loads of them take off for An Nasiriyah. And that was when they did the Jessica Lynch recovery, and they took her to the 28th cache that was operating out of Teal.
So
And
so did you feel like so do you feel like after 9/11 and then you were getting sent over for the beginning of Iraq, did you think like, what the fuck am I why are we here? Did you feel like there was some sort of like, what connection?
yes,
Did it did go through your mind? Why?
now we didn't know the justification of what the overall strategic goal of the United States or the coalition was, and we, you know, in my own mind, I had to come to the point that we were there to for stability in the region and to control oil prices to keep them from going through
Yeah.
the roof.
Yeah, so you guys were under the assumption that you were guys just doing a rotation, doing in there, going to support. You didn't realize that it was going to be like that type of, like, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we doing this in Iraq? You know what I mean?
Well, no, we knew we were going to be part of the invasion.
Right.
You know, the big thing was that we were getting that there were weapons of mass destruction. The only thing that we found buried out there were pigs, and there were a few mortar rounds, chemical,
Right.
that were found, but wasn't, you know, like amounts or anything other than tactical chemical weapons, and most of those were shot. They, you know, they weren't viable as far as trying to top them off.
Right. So looking back at what happened on 9/11 and then deploying to Iraq up to now, what's your feeling up to now? Like now, what's your, I mean, because 20 fucking years of war was fucking nuts for us, for Afghanistan. Using that same excuse, I was just wondering, did you feel, what was your feeling about it being, you know, okay, we killed Osama bin Laden, now what? What the fuck are we still doing here? What's your sentiment up to it now?
Yeah. Well, I'll quickly complete my biography, if you will.
Go ahead.
We spent basically 16 months on active duty. I came back to the police department and was wanting to get promoted, so I took a slot at Camp Shelby. And 2 months after that, we got spun for Moog Center Shelby. I spent 3 years down there. My wife said, come home or don't come home anymore. And I said, let me think about 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm coming home. About 2 years after that, in 2010, spun up to go to Afghanistan. Spent a year over there, got bummed up a little bit, and spent 6 months in WTU. Did a little bit of orders, never deployed again, but finally retired 2018 with 40 years. 13 commission or enlisted, and then 28 and some change commissioned. The thing that just busted my gut was the withdrawal from Afghanistan, losing troops during that time, and to be honest, I lost all respect, if I ever had any, for the SINC at that time, because the whole administration just seemed to play off. Oh well, you know, that kind of stuff happens, and yeah, I lost a few $1 billion worth of equipment, but that's okay. Taliban won't do anything with it. And Afghanistan, I was there when bin Laden was, and actually I was back home for my R&R. Didn't get that when we were in Iraq, and I sent an email to my boss, and I said, well, we caught him, so do I have to come back now? He said, yeah, you son of a bitch, get back over here. But the Afghanistan, after having some amount of personal connection with that, really, Austin, Millie, everybody, I lost all respect for, and especially with their wokeism they've got going on nowadays. Now,
do you think it's I mean, that's a different topic, the wokeism that you just said. But to me, I think it's just like, it's like what, like you were saying, the withdrawal. Why couldn't we just do it right? I mean, I mean, you were on the ground there. What was yours? I mean, it's almost like everybody knows about, okay, somebody just talked about you being at Camp Shelby and they felt sorry for you. So it's almost like somebody who's never been to Camp Shelby trying to tell you how Camp Shelby is like. And so what to you, did you, when you said that Osama was taken and you're like, okay, it's time to pack it up. Did you think it was going to be over at that time?
Yeah, no, I was being facetious with my boss, and to be honest, I got bummed up before I came home on R&R, and they were going to send me to Line Stool for evaluation, and I said, hell no, because if you do, I won't ever come back again.
Yeah.
And these were, my boss actually was a guy that I'd gone to Iraq with, and there was probably 3 or 4 guys from my Iraq unit, and some of these people I'd known better than 30 years, and they're like family.
Yeah. No,
and it's no damn way in the world I'm gonna leave them. I'll fix my stuff later.
Yeah. So the thing is that, I mean, did you feel the same way about? I mean, you felt the same way about the Afghans too, right? That we were working with and left them behind, right? Is that? How did you feel about that?
Man, that's what messed me up most and probably spurred my PTSD. I was a PAF, and from the number of rocket rounds that we took, and then when we found a weapons cache buried in one of the motor pools, and it was obviously the beginning of an insider attack, but we took their weapons away from them. That was just making me think, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah.
People are trying to kill us.
Right. Because at that point, there was a lot of green on blue attacks. There was a lot of Afghan insider attacks, attacking soldiers that Afghan National Army people that we were serving with were attacking us.
The 101 Sustainment Brigade was one of my down truck units, and they had one such instance of blue on green, and I was the battle major, and people trying to get information about that. Hell, the general knew about it before I did.
Yeah.
Because the green tab combo lines, the bosses talk to one another off net, if you will.
Right.
So the general already knew about it, but I was responsible for coordinating all of the staff section response.
Right.
And more information. Give us more. And look, General said to leave them be and to let them feed, push information to it, not us pull. So, that was a rough time. And then you had punctuated by stuff, rocket attack. I was leaving the Jock 180 and heard sounded like a cross between a champagne cork and an M203 round going out the tube. And I said, that was something. And about 15 seconds later, giant voice went off for the rocket attack. I headed towards the place that I suspected was, the impact area of that sound. Turned out to have been a rocket that had gone through the styrofoam ceiling of a tent. They would like build a tent, put a tent up, and then spray interior with styrofoam with foam to insulate it. That rocket had gone to an MWR function tent, and two civilian contractors were in there, and you couldn't tell if that round did not detonate.
Yeah.
It was kinetic energy that hit that gal, and we thought it was two people we were looking at. Turned out that the guy that was on shift with her was out of the tent at that moment, but it like an 18-wheeler or a train hitting her.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, man. I appreciate you calling up and getting it out.
Yeah.
And like I said,
But I'm retired now, so I didn't, went through some stuff. We always said that a service member has commitment, but the family makes the sacrifice.
Right.
First 10 years of my marriage, I probably spent 7 years on order away from my wife. I'm retired now. I'm earning the benefits of that. The red leg kid that just called in, I feel for the guys. I mean, I don't know how in the world they can stand it now, what the military has turned into, because it's not the same as when I joined in station.
Yeah, I was talking about that just the last week about how it seems like we as the older generation had it easier than what the kids are going through now. Because back when we were coming up, we were always told by our leaders, "You guys got it easy." You know what I mean? And now it's opposite. Now it's leaders are going, "Damn, these kids are going through some shit." You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, caller, I got more people.
Anyway.
I got more people calling in. Everyone else is. I see the phone lines are blowing up, but I appreciate you getting it out of your system, man. All right.
Okay, man. You have a good evening.
Yeah, you have a good one too, our brother.
Okay.
Bye. All right. Well, let's. You guys keep calling back if there's more people you want to call and you want to talk about what were you doing on the day of 9/11 and looking back now, 22 years later, what you're feeling about it. If you got to let something out like the last caller, get it. Let's get it out. Let's talk about it. Like I said, this is pretty. It's fucking deep, dude. Got another one. Hang on. All right, stand by. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, Sergeant Baker.
Who's this?
I was in your chat.
Oh, this Baker?
I decided to get. Yeah.
Oh, what's up? What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm sitting on my couch, watching TV, listening to radio, and listening to you guys.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man.
Brain. Yeah. So, my story is, I was in high school, 01. Man, to be honest, I was a wreck when I was in high school. I was a stoner. I was smoking pot nonstop. And I went in the Army. I went in as it was a 63 Delta. Now it's 91 Papa. I was an artillery mechanic.
Gotcha.
Went to Fort Knox, got stationed down in Aberdeen. Went from Aberdeen to Fort Stewart. I wanted to travel when I originally went in the Army, and they sent me one state down because I was living in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these guys miss the Army. I sure as hell don't. I've lost, God, man, out of my platoon, there's probably 8 or 9 of us left out of 40. One of my buddies died probably last month. He just died in his sleep. We don't even know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
My other buddy who was an MP, he passed. God, man, 2015. He died in the front seat of his car, heart attack. Yeah, man, I don't miss it. I don't. The deployment to Iraq, we didn't even do anything, man. We just sat around for a year, just fucking thumbs up our ass, waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened. It was in 09 when Iraq was dying down anyways.
Mm-hmm.
man, I don't know. I don't miss it. I don't miss the bullshit. I don't miss the NCOs. I don't miss all my NCOs were shit anyway. So
did it do you think it had to do with like you were just saying you were deployed, you go out to do something and then you didn't do anything? Is that what it was? Did that just build up?
It wasn't even that. It's like they ramped us up for, well, you know, when I was coming into my unit, everybody was coming back from Iraq, and they're like, you got to ramp up. We got to get ready. We got to get ready. Yeah, so you're full hard charging into it. You're like, yeah, we're doing shit. Yeah. And we get there, and it's nothing. There's nothing. Like, I stood in a guard tower for freaking 12 months staring at dirt. You know, and then you come back, and everybody you know is leaving, and you got you fucking guys dying left and right. Hell, one guy wrapped a motorcycle around a tree in the first week we got back. Man, and guys were getting out, drug overdoses, and it's all this other shit. And man, I don't miss it. I really don't. And I just don't understand how a lot. I mean, I get some guys, you know, loving it and doing it, and you know, 20 years. Man, I couldn't even get through. I couldn't even get through 8 years before I was done.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get through my initial enlistment. I went into the reserves and did 4 years in the reserves, and that was it.
Yeah. Did they give you any type of post deployment like assistance? Anybody talking to you? Hey, if you need to talk to somebody.
No.
No.
Fuck no, man. It was third ID, man. You know how those fucking assholes roll.
Yeah.
They as soon as I got back, they booted me out. That was it. There was no assistance to transfer to civilian life. They didn't give us any of that. They just booted us, you know, just what I mean. You know what I mean.
No, I got you. Yeah. They booted you out before you could fucking. And that was some of the things that I talked about a couple of weeks ago, is that sometimes I think we fail our soldiers when they do ETS, whether they deployed or not, and we just kind of like brush them aside. That I think contributes to the veteran homeless issue or the veterans' behavioral health issues. You know what I mean?
I mean, to be honest, man, I told my E6 I'd rather be homeless than be in the Army. So
yeah, everybody. Everybody
in
the
level
chat.
I was at.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Everybody in the chats is still to this day talking about third ID. Like third ID is just third ID. They said that they said third ID was better in Germany than it was here in the States for some reason.
I could tell you some fucking horror stories about third ID. My E5 I was put under was operating in a M88, you know, the recovery vehicle.
Yep, the big Hercules. Yep.
And he said a SUV cut him off, and he drove this thing into a culvert, and there was an E4 sitting in the TC hatch that the hatch came down and hit this kid in the back of the neck and collapsed one of the discs in his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, man, he was on his cell phone. This dude did not even go visit his soldier who was in the fucking hospital on post. He did not even do it. I went and saw him. Nobody else in the unit did. Third ID in early 2000 was so fucking jacked up. I'm like, there's some speechless shit. There was another guy who used to hit his wife, and they covered that up. They wouldn't do anything to him. It was just, man, it's a shit show. Third ID is a shit show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
You know,
I fuck, man. I just even got somebody in the chat, Josiah, saying that third ID didn't give a bean back in the day. Fuck, man. Appreciate you calling me, bro. That's some deep shit. That's fucking.
Yeah, early or like mid 2000s, 05 to 07, third ID is a fucking train wreck, guys. I'll tell you right now, this isn't like the third ID of like Audie Murphy kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear
you. Get there and you're like, I'm in third ID. This is the most decorated division in the Army.
It is, yeah.
And it's
you're
like,
right.
nope, it's a shit show. It's a shit show. They send all the fucking rejects down here that the Army don't want. And yeah, like Third ID. I will be honest, Third ID is a career killer. It was a career killer. If I went to a different division, I maybe would have done 15, 20 years. I couldn't even get through an initial contract with them. And then they offered me Fort Polk, Louisiana, and I hear that was a shit show too. So I was like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, there's a lot of individuals. We just had Heath in there. They would rather, feel sorry for you if you went to Camp Shelby, if you went anywhere. It's fucking nuts, dude. All right, man. Well, hey, appreciate you calling me, bro. That's
no worries.
So do you feel? Just real quick. So looking back after all that shit happened, 20 years later, what's your feeling about it? 22 years later, after
my feeling on, I saw it myself in high school, and I signed up and I did what I thought I had to, because my grandpa saw Pearl Harbor. He saw kind of the same shit, and he signed up for the Army. So, and my family's been in the military, been in the Army for probably since the Civil War. And to be honest, man, it was a job. I had to do my job, but I won't push my kids towards the Army. I won't.
All right, brother. All right, hang in there, man. We're always here to shoot the shit anyways, man.
I appreciate it.
All right, brother. You have a good night.
You too.
Yep. Bye. Oh, man. Fuck, dude. What is it? What is it about the shit, dude? It's just fucking. It's just disheartening to hear. But after the call to service, and you want to go and you want to serve, you don't. But after now, right, everyone has a different picture of it. I was already in at the time, so I felt I was already in. I was already planning on doing 20 and all that, and there was that. Hey, this is it. This is what you trained for. You guys know I've lost some friends already. I've talked about that. And I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted that we did, but we didn't. Did we go in Iraq? We went in Iraq. So it's just hard to fucking hang. Oh, let's see who else is on here. WTF Nation Radio, on the air.
Hey, Ice, it's Dean.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I just wanted to call in and kind of give my 2 cents from where I sat.
Go for it, man.
So probably gonna blow your mind. So my first day in the Army was September 7th, 2001. So, I'd been in the Army all of 4 days when this happened. And, I was a young, strapping 20-year-old or 21-year-old. Didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And the Army was calling my name. I was going to join the service, but, at the time we were chilling. The last major, quote unquote major thing was Kosovo, I think.
Yeah, it was Kosovo.
Mid to late 90s.
Yeah, it was Kosovo, because we just had Alpha Ninth come back from for Kosovo at the time.
So everybody's kind of chilling, and I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. A lot of us still don't, I guess. But I was sitting at good old Fort Benning, or I guess Fort Moore now. But I'd been there 4 days, sitting at reception. And I think anybody who's been in the Army or been in the military has experienced some kind of a reception integration.
Right.
The rumors fly. What's going to happen? What's going on? Well, we were cut off from information. So rumors are flying about things that are happening, and we're just like, yeah, whatever, man. This is rumors, though.
Real quick. You want to stay on the line for me right quick, because I got to do something right quick that I owed somebody something. You can hang on the line too, so you can listen in, and you can toast up too. So
absolutely.
And this is Reverend Ducati, He's on Twitter, or on X, I should say. And he just recently passed. Did you see that? Did you see the traffic on social media?
I didn't.
Okay. He just recently passed. And I just wanted to do real quick, because the community is talking about doing a toast, and so I'm gonna do a pour right quick. And I got my Asbach Uralt as promised, and I'm gonna pour it up right quick. I just poured my ice and get my drink ready to go, because right now I'm gonna do a toast like I promised, and I gave the family my word, to Reverend Ducati, Shannon Malden, aka Reverend Ducati. Shannon Malden, aka Reverend Ducati, was born at 17 February 1972, and he passed last night. He loved his dogs, his guns, and his motorcycles, and from what his wife says, loyal, stubborn, and sardonic. I gave my word to her that we would do a toast live, and we would do a little remembrance for him at the top of the hour. He and I would go back and forth sometimes on Twitter. Great guy to shoot the shit. And Old Salt. I mean, it's kind of funny because he's younger than me. So I felt like, but Reverend Ducati, man, brother Shannon Malden, rest in peace, brother. And again, we toast and we salute you. Right now, currently, the entire community just did a shot in your honor, in either a podcast, either a space, or like right now on this live stream. So, brother, shout out to you. Anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I had to keep my word. I had to keep my word. You know what I'm saying? So.
No problem. Anytime you got to remember somebody, it's well worth the interruption.
Yeah. So you did your reception integration, and then what?
So we were, like I said, I think day 4. So I'd been in the Army 4 days. All the chatters flying. We're not allowed to see TV. We're not allowed, we're cut off from everything. We just do what the drill sergeant tells us to do.
Right.
And so we're hearing about planes crashing into towers and the Pentagon and all these different things that are happening. And, it's becoming more of a reality because, enough people are talking about it. And, in our line of work, perception has eventually become reality.
Exactly.
Especially when everybody's talking about it. And then all of a sudden it was around, I think, lunchtime, they held a mass formation at 30th AG. And, I'll never forget it to this day. You've got all of these new soldiers standing in a formation, and I'm not sure what level commander it was at the time, but I'm assuming it was like a battalion or group commander or something like that, comes out and tells everybody what had happened that morning. And I mean, mind you, we're outside in a massive formation of hundreds of new soldiers. You could have heard a pin drop outside. That's how quiet it was after they told us. And then they broke us apart and said, if you've got family in any of those areas, come forward. And they were trying to take care of the soldiers that had families in those areas, so they could try to reach out and try to get a hold of their family members to see if they'd been affected. And from that point, it was kind of, now the rumors really started spinning because everybody that was already in the operational force is spinning up to do something. Here we are. We haven't even really started training yet.
Yeah, I remember.
We're going to get fast forwarded out to units. We're going to war. I was an infantryman, when I first came in. So, of course, a lot of it, 99% of it was false. It put us all through the training we needed to get through. But we're watching everything happen through the eyes and voices of our drill sergeants, because we're cut off from pretty much all information. I was getting letters and newspaper clippings from home, but I honestly never saw the actual video of the towers, of all the stuff happening until almost a year later. And so it was kind of surreal to hear all about it, see, you know, some of the pictures, but then fast forward once I'm in the 82nd, you know, the following year, and I'm actually seeing the stuff that happened. And then, as fate would have it, we got orders to go to Afghanistan. So here I am. You know, I didn't mind it. You know, I joined the Army because, you know, the Army is, or the military was kind of a family thing, but, you know, the Army didn't bother me. I knew I was an infantryman. I was going to go do things at some point,
Of course.
potentially.
Of
So
course.
I was okay with that.
Yep, of course.
But, you know, as a young, like I said, 21-year-old, brand new, you know, private to the Army, you don't think your career is going to be dictated by that one event. And here I sit 22 years later, still in service, having been to that country 5 times, I think. And then, as you know, with what happened with the withdrawal, being touched by that, you know, having my soldier there at the end of everything, you know, it's just a surreal moment to have lived a lifetime. And, you know, when we talk about our Vietnam veterans, I didn't really understand it until, you know, the recent years of you know, what they experienced, and not in a negative fashion, but just having kids that weren't even born dying in a war that I had, you know, experienced at a very young age. That to me is just mind blowing.
And could you tell the audience who your soldier was?
The Staff Sergeant Ryan Canals. He was the last Army soldier, last soft soldier. He was part of the HKIA 13. He was the only soldier that was killed that day. And so, you know, he was 23 years old. So, you know, when 9/11 happened, he was just a toddler.
Yeah.
And so to, you know, have experienced the country, and he's not the first that I've, you know, had the experience with. I have other friends, colleagues, soldiers that I've worked with, you know, that have, you know, were killed as well. But again, when your career has been kind of steered by this one thing, this one event, it's a very surreal kind of feeling.
Do you? I mean, I know you're still in right now, so I mean, I know.
Right.
I don't know what you can or can't say about it, what your feeling is, but.
I mean, I was actually talking to somebody about this today, and it's one of those things we're never ever going to always agree to the things that we have to do, and it's an unfortunate position to be in because we are an arm of the government. And at the end of the day, if it's not illegal, immoral, and ethical, we have to go forth and do what we've been ordered to do.
Right.
And sometimes it just sucks. That's probably the best way to put it, given my current status. And you know, I love being in the military. I always have. That's why I never left. I feel like I'm doing the right thing for my country, for my family. But you know, not every day is an awesome day. As you know, as we just talked about, when you have to deal with you know, memorial ceremonies and telling somebody that their loved one's not coming home, that sucks. But there are great days when you have guys next to you that, you know, are you know, before they came into the Army, they had nothing, and now you're teaching them how to live life, and that they're being successful, and you're giving them something to look forward to that they may otherwise not have had they not come into the military. So there are definitely good days and bad days.
Yeah.
And I wholly believe the good days have outweighed the bad. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be here.
Of course. Did you when was the last time you talked to Ryan's family?
Talked to His mom, about, well, the anniversary for sure, because she came for the battalion workout, so I saw her that day. I kind of talked to her a few times that week.
Yep.
Also talked to his dad, and we did a bunch of us did a memorial workout separate from that, a Spartan race up in West Virginia that was 13 miles.
Gotcha.
We dedicated it to the 13 because it was on the anniversary, and so I kept sending them pictures of that stuff just to show, hey, we're doing everything we can to keep the memory alive. Our little bit of pain and what we do is nothing that compares to what you experience and continue to experience. And as long as we're alive, we're gonna honor their memory, and you guys are now a part of our extended family. So we try to keep in touch as much as possible. They send updates on stuff that they're working on. Ryan's mom actually started a memorial foundation in his name.
I did see, as a matter of fact,
R2 Factor.
Yeah, I think I saw that, and I think I shared it as well already with the. I guess somebody was sharing. I'll have to pull it up. But I know what you're talking about. It's a memorial foundation, and on behalf of Ryan, right?
Correct. It's called R2 Factor. Respect and remember, and it's the main thing is obviously paying honor to those that have gone before that sacrifice. But one of the other things that the foundation does is it gives a scholarship to one of the JROTC graduates from Ryan's alma mater, his high school, Gibbs High School in Corryton, Tennessee.
Okay.
I think they've done it 2 years in a row now. I think
Gotcha.
That's where they're at. So all the funds they raise go, at least for right now, go to that. And his mom's also continuing to push for other things to support Gold Star families, and then also to advocate for helping people, or helping specifically with soldier suicide, trying to prevent that.
It's hard, man. It's fucking. It's tough. It's real fucking tough, man. It's like afterwards. I mean, you don't want to belittle the service of the men and women who've fallen because of this, but I would just 20 years, like you just said, it just fucking sucks sometimes. 20 years later, or 22 years later, I should say. But hey, I'm gonna shoot the shit with Mike for a little bit long, but I'm gonna put you guys on a break. Everyone, refill your glasses. And then we'll be right back. So I hope you can hear me while I'm doing this. We'll see what happens. So we'll be right back. Shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
If that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit, like, constantly.
Nothing feels the same. Let it all be
where you draw the line, 'cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Why you keep it in your head? Is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. I'll see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you need now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello,
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
All right, we're back. Hey, I appreciate you guys and gals hanging out with us tonight. And again, for you guys that don't know, I just want to give another toast to Reverend Ducati, and also a toast to Jeffrey Shannon. Hey, look, if you got somebody you want to talk to, you can always hit us up at US Army WTF Moments in the inbox. Dial 988. Call someone. Jeffrey Shannon ended his life yesterday. He joined right after the beginning of 9/11 and could not handle being out from what his friends say. He retired less than 6 months ago. So I didn't think I was going to end up doing a double, but here's to you, Jeff. And sorry we couldn't fucking. Sorry, man. I don't know what to fucking say. And Reverend Ducati. Make sure you guys share, like, and follow. Pop Culture Warrior is going to be tomorrow. CQ is going to be talking about some stuff. Wednesday is of course, the Smoke Pit. Thursday is going to be Sergeant's Time with the guest with part 2 in the series of the story of Joe Bacino. Friday Night Freedom, of course. And then we have the Sports Bar, which I know after this week's games, they're definitely going to be Coach and the actual King Smith are going to be talking it up. So, again, life is too short. Life is way too short. Call someone, talk to someone. If there's anybody that, at least on their birthdays and on social media, hey, how you doing? Or you don't even have to do that. Just a couple. You see somebody on Facebook posting something, or on social media, just say, hey, how you doing? Let's call, shoot the shit. You don't have to get all nosy or something like that. Just be the ear for their voice, so that way you can hear them. Just vent and vent and vent. Help them if they need it. Sometimes just a talk is good, is all the help you need. So, again, I apologize again for the start of the show, how we started, and then again, just y'all hang in there, and shots. You have a good night.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
On WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.